Well, the World Bank has approved $300 million for internally displaced persons and host communities in northern Nigeria through the Solutions for the Internally Displaced and Host Communities project, otherwise known as SOLID. The initiative will improve access to essential services and economic opportunities in conflict-affected areas. Now, over a decade of violence from Boko Haram, banditry, and communal clashes have displaced millions, overwhelming local resources. Many IDPs live in overcrowded camps with limited access to water, healthcare, and education. And they also face heightened risks of violence, especially women and girls. The SOLID project will adopt an integrated strategy aimed at self-sufficiency and resilience, supporting infrastructure development, social cohesion, and livelihood opportunities. The initiative builds on past efforts with a focus on climate-resilient infrastructure and also participatory planning. For a conversation about the World Bank Fund's approval for IDPs in Nigeria and what should be the FG's priority, considering the disbursement of the money. Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Always good to have you on the program.
Good afternoon.
So what's your initial reaction to the news? First of all, the sum, especially given Nigeria's history with disbursing loans. How confident are you that the money will be used for its intended purpose? And what measures or safeguards do you think are appropriate that the government should be putting in place to ensure that some kind of transparency goes into this before all the money gets swallowed by a snake, so to speak?
I like your questions, and it shows your concern. But I think my own concern are more than yours. You see, it is pathetic that it is an international organization coming to our aid. It's like the government or the governments in the north have failed in protecting their people, in providing governance.
Completely.
They say a government, I will repeat my favorite song, this, any government that upholds a legitimate right to the use of force in maintaining its rule within a given territorial area. These people who have been displaced, okay, some have been displaced by climate change, but the Boko Haram menace and the jihadism in the north is the source of the displacement. And the way the World Bank is going about it, it's as if they are doing charity for Nigeria. I commend them for that. And I will not waste time in talking about how we will manage the funds or not. But see, let us look at the causes and what we need to do amongst ourselves. 30 million, I mean, today is a lot of money. And like you rightly said, sooner than later, we fritter away and we still see people destitute, living in camps. How do we avert that? That is the question I will attempt an answer to. Now, Boko Haram has been with us for over a decade. And you see, the one I will not quarrel with as such is the damages that come from climate change. Nobody can predict that. But we can accommodate people who are victims of that. We can make preparations in anticipation of floods, or even when fire ravages some areas. But you see, we have Federal Emergency Agency. We have so many institutions catering for displaced people that they have become so busy with looking after displaced people that nobody is looking at what is causing the displacement in the first instance. You see, I say I'm grateful to the World Bank for their fund. Let me first of all say, to manage the funds, we need to collect data. We have the emergency agencies in the state level at federal level. Let them coordinate efforts. Let them know where the displaced people are. And the displaced people should not be made to live permanently in displacement. If they want to go back, make sure that where they are going back is secure and safe, and they can earn a living there. If they want to integrate, some will integrate, they don't want to go back, and make that And that's the sort of thing this fund should be spent on, to rehabilitate these people, to make life easier for them, to make them move on in life, not permanent people dependent on displacement proceeds. And at the end of it all, the governments in the north, led by the federal government at the center, must find a way of defeating terrorism, banditry, jihadism, and all these things that have literally made the North prosperate in terms of economic advancement. It is pathetic, but it shows that we are, how do I put it now, a country that goes hand in hand looking for succor, like a beggar, It does not speak well for our sovereignty and for our national image. Let's leave it at that for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sobowale. You touched on very crucial areas, looking at the cause, because one of the things that we have been accused of as a country is being reactive as opposed to being proactive. Now, you made a very vital point saying that these people who've been affected by whether it's the climate change or the security situation, yes, they shouldn't live permanently in displacement. So how would you like to see, what immediate steps would you like to see to show that we're actually, or that the government is going to prioritize long-term resettlement and rehabilitation as opposed to immediate humanitarian relief?
The question is too long.
Okay.
You see, it's too long. But you see, the simple thing is that this money is providing succor. And it's a lot of money. The fear in your question is that, as usual, to be frittered away. That is, unfortunately, the soiled image that we have in financial management in this country. And that's why I said adequate measures should be taken to make sure that the money is used in the first instance to create opportunities for those who want to work, who want to return to their bed. That's voluntary return or federal voluntary retirement from the international, from the camps for internally displaced people. Those who want to stay can stay. Those who want, and anyway, if government feels that the place is not safe, let them move them elsewhere. Those are the immediate steps government can take. But this money is provided by the World Bank. It is a lot of money. It should not be frittered away. It should be used directly for the camps and not in such a way that the camps are permanent. It should be migratory. We should be able to leave the camps. That's it.
So the accountability regarding that, what you just suggested, which is paramount, what does that look like?
What accountability?
The accountability to make sure that the money is, what measures or metrics need to be in place to make sure that the money is used for the purpose for which it's been disbursed.
What have you been discussing? How to spend the money. Is that not what you have been discussing? And the causes that led to it. So let your question be clear to me. It's not clear to me. Please.
Okay.
Well, on that note, Mr. Sobowale, it's great to have you in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in, and we hope that this money is dispersed with care and sensitivity.
That's right.